Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Trevor McPherson, President and CEO at the Mississauga Board of Trade, and I thank you for joining us today for what is one of our favorite signature events at the Mississauga Board of Trade, the Mayor's State of the City Address. So greetings, and thank you for joining us. MBOT is pleased to host many events throughout the year. I think it's definitely in the hundreds. But really, this event is especially important because it's our opportunity to hear from our mayor, who was recently elected to a third term, to offer, to offer her candid and in-depth assessment of where we are at as a city. And I think there are a lot of exciting things to talk about. But before we do that, and before we hear from the mayor, we would like to start today's event with a very special guest. Please welcome Deanne Hupfield, who is from the Anishinaabe community and host of the viral How to Powwow dance video on YouTube. I'm going to go home and look that up right away. Deanne is also a past student of the Fashion Techniques and Design program at George Brown College. Please welcome Deanne Hupfield for her very special presentation.
Again, thanks for that beautiful introduction. I'm from Temagami First Nation, and I was asked to come here from Mayor Crombie's office to just share some space to give you all some tools on how to respectfully participate in Indigenous culture. So I wanted to start by saying a big chimigwech for making space and taking action to build relationship with local Indigenous community, because that is what is going to fuel reconciliation. I am a powwow dance teacher. I have spent my life relearning the culture that was taken from my family. I remember my mother taking me to my very first powwow, and I was about 7 years old. This was in 1990. And it was in Thunder Bay, Ontario in a hockey arena. And I remember being little and holding my mom's hand walking in. And I could hear the drums. And as I walked into the arena, I saw in the center of the room, there was all these men sitting at drums singing. And around them, there were people dancing. And I saw this one woman dancing, and she was spinning. And to me, she was the most beautiful woman I had ever seen. And I got so excited, and I said, Mom, I want to learn to dance. Teach me to dance. My mom, she looked down at me and she said, I'm sorry, Deanne, I can't teach you that. I didn't learn that growing up. So my mom, she says, go follow behind those women and go do what they do. So me being like this little kid in no regalia, I just did what those women did. And over time, the powwow community in Thunder Bay, they took me under their wing and they taught me about what it means to be Anishinaabe, to be Ojibwe. And when I grew up, I learned the reason why my mom didn't know her culture was because she was a part of the 60s scoop. And her parents and her grandparents, and my dad and his parents and his grandparents all went to Indian residential school. So that's the reason why I don't know my language. And I've spent my whole life relearning all that culture, and now I work with First Nation communities, and sometimes I get the privilege of working with non-Indigenous communities, and just letting you know that the best way for you to act on reconciliation is by, one way would be by showing up to a powwow and participating in our culture. Getting to know the people that are there, doing business with the vendors. So I wanted to share some tips with you on how to respect participating. And I'm gonna teach you all some powwow dance steps. Okay, so you can do this. Because everyone's still eating, I'm gonna get you to do this from a seated position. So you don't have to get up. I'm not gonna make you jump around. Okay? Unless if you want to. But, so the basic powwow dance step is just a 1-2-1-2 step. So from your seated position, we're just gonna tap our feet. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. And this is the step for participating in intertribal dances at a powwow. You don't have to make it very hard. You don't have to hop. It doesn't have to be high endurance. And you can just walk around. It's just 1, 2, 1, 2. And at the powwows, we have MCs, and they will share when there's intertribal dancing. And intertribal dancing is when anyone is welcome to dance. You don't have to be in regalia, and you don't have to be indigenous. So, yeah. I think I may want to challenge you all to hop, because dancing from a seated position is not as fun as dancing from a standing position. So, na ni buin, stand up. Let's do some steps together. So, we're going to start with just a little hand clap. Let's do a little clap, 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 clap. Okay, let's take that clap. We're gonna bring it down to our thighs. 1, 2, 1, 2. On each side. 1, 2, 1, 2. Nishin. Okay, so now we're gonna do that movement, but with our feet. 1, 2, 1, 2. Tap, body weight, tap, body weight, tap, body weight, tap, body weight. Okay, so now let's, for those of you who would like to challenge yourself, we're gonna add a hop, okay? And it looks like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Kind of like hopscotch, kind of like skipping. Good job. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see if you can do it crisscross. Crisscross, 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 crisscross. Okay, give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah, namatibin, sit down. Yeah, so I encourage you all to go to your next local powwow. The next local powwow in Toronto is going to be at York University on April 29th. So if you come there, I'll be there dancing with my family. Come say hello and come dance in intertribal with us. So with that, Chimi Gwech for participating with me. You guys did really awesome.
Thank you so much, Dan. That was incredible, and what a great way to start this event. And with that, I would like to introduce my boss, our chair of the Mississauga Board of Trade, Mr. Steve Rohn.
Excellent. Well, good afternoon, Mississauga. I'm Steve Rohn. I'm chair of the Mississauga Board of Trade and president and CEO of Weston Forest Products. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Mayor's annual State of the City address. I would start by saying a big thank you to our presenting event sponsors, without whom these kind of events cannot happen. Our title sponsor is MNP, Bell Canada, the Greater Toronto Airports Authority, Sheridan College, Kaiser Mason Ball, CN, Electra Utilities Corporation, AstraZeneca, Canadian Western Bank, and Fieldgate Developments. A big thank you to all of you for supporting this event. I'd also like to acknowledge our table sponsors, Achieve, Barnsdale and Hussein Wealth Management of RBC Dominion Securities, Remax Realty Specialists, Nurse Next Door Home Care, Grant Thornton, Ellis Don Corporation, Express Scripts Canada, Lakeview Community Partners Limited, the Oxford Properties Group, Moorgard Investments, Century Audio Visual, and Spiderworks. Thank you all for your support. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge those that joined us at the head table today, starting with the CEO and President of the Mississauga Board of Trade, Trevor McPherson, who you've all had the pleasure of meeting already today. And representing our sponsors, we have John Muffalini from MNP, Gary Semplonius from Bell Canada, Deborah Flint from the Greater Toronto Airports Authority, Dr. Janet Morrison from Sheridan College, Jonathan Borelli from Kaiser Mason Ball, Norm Loberg from Electra Utilities, Jack Eisenberg from Fieldgate Developments, and Deanne Hupfield, our special guest for today. And of course, our guest of honor and our keynote speaker, Her Worship, Mayor Bonnie Crombie. I'd also ask that our fellow members of the 2023 Board of Directors that are in attendance, please stand up and be acknowledged. And I know you're here, I've seen many of you. Thank you for the work you do and the time that you dedicate to the Mississauga Board of Trade. It's valuable. We would also like to acknowledge any past chairs of the Mississauga Board of Trade. Could you please stand up and be recognized? Jim, Lucy. I know there's a few more in the room, but thank you. We also have a number of delegates here with us today. We have trustees, councillors, MPPs, fellow mayors, council general, and our mayor will be welcoming you during her remarks. Today's event provides an opportunity for the Board of Trade members and the community to hear firsthand from Her Worship, Mayor Bonnie Crombie. She will provide an in-depth look at what Mississauga City Council has been working on to build a complete city, a place where people live, work, and enjoy an unrivaled quality of life. We truly do live in a great city. To formally introduce the mayor, please join me in welcoming John Muffalini, partner with MNP.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, everyone who's in attendance, and thank you, Mississauga Board of Trade. I think it's, we've had a long-standing relationship with the Mississauga Board of Trade, and I think we've been part of this event as the title sponsor I think almost 10 years now, so it's been a great relationship. It's been something that we've been committed to, and really committed to Mississauga, the Peel region. I think when we opened up an office years ago, we looked at this region as a region that had a lot of opportunity, was growing, and we still feel that today. Currently we have 300 professionals, just beside Square One in the Sussex Center. Really focused on this region, focused on companies in Mississauga, helping you guys grow, helping you innovate, helping you really, get through the next phase of whatever, challenges that you guys have. So it's been a great relationship. We've really enjoyed it. We're here to support as we move forward. We're, committed to the region. We're committed to both companies and businesses and you as owners as we move forward. Now back to the script. I'm going to try to make sure I stay on script now. We are very pleased to have with us today Her Worship Mayor Bonnie Crombie. In her third term as mayor of Canada's 7th largest city, she arguably needs no introduction. Before beginning her 14-year career in public service, she enjoyed a 20-year career in business, working for Fortune 500 companies, as well as launching her own business as an entrepreneur. Mayor Crombie and Council have demonstrated their commitment to supporting businesses and ensuring Mississauga's economy, the second largest in the province, which is something to be very proud of, continues to grow and thrive as a hub for jobs and business. Transit, sustainability, inclusion, innovation, and affordability continue to be top of their agenda. I'm sure we'll hear a lot about that in Mayor Crombie's comments. Before we welcome the mayor to the stage, she's asked us to play a short video.
Wow. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Wasn't that an incredible video? I loved it. Bonjour, Anne. Bonjour, Washea. And thank you very much, Deanne Hupfield. We all learned a few steps to take back home tonight. We can practice for our next powwow. I think that was pretty awesome. Miigwech for coming and teaching us today. And showcasing your very rich Anishinaabe culture. Thank you. Trevor and the MBOT team, a big thank you to all of you and to, of course, our growing business community for the opportunity to provide today's address, and of course, to all the event sponsors for generously hosting us today. I also want to acknowledge my dedicated, hardworking council colleagues who are here joining us, and I asked that you give them an extra special welcome. As I name them, you can please stand up. And to our newly elected councillors first, Alvin Tejo from Ward 2. Alvin. Joe Hornick, Ward 6. Joe. I know I saw him earlier. Martin Reed, Ward 9. There's Martin. There he is, back over that way. And a man who needs no introduction to this crowd, Brad Butt, Ward 11. Brad's right up here. Also, some of the veterans. Well, they're veterans now, goodness. Stephen Dasco, Ward 1. Out that way. Chris Fonseca had planned to be with us, but has an urgent issue with her mom, so thank you, Chris, and hope all is well. John Kovac, Ward 4. Deepika Demirla, Ward 7. There she is. Matt Mahoney, Ward 8. There he is. And no less, Sue McFadden, Ward 10. There she is. Thank you, Sue. And in Mississauga, we are led by our acting city manager, Sherry Lichterman. Sherry, give a wave with you and your team. The team's over here. She's got all the commissioners, Jody Robolos, Raj Seth, who is acting for her, Andrew Whittemore, who many of you here in the room know and deal with regularly, I'm sure, and Jeff Wright. They're all here with us today. Incredible team that guide our city and keep us moving forward. And one of the reasons why Mississauga is not only an attractive place to invest, but to live, to work, and to play, as I like to say. Not to brag, but we've also been named by Forbes as one of Canada's best employers for 4 years in a row now. Now, I'm pretty proud of that. And we have a terrific team in our economic development department, and some of them are new, so I'm going to introduce them to you because they are people that you want to get to know if you want to grow your business or expand your business or need assistance of any sort. And they are our new Director of Economic Development, Christina Kakaflikas. She's here with her team. Why don't we just invite them to give a wave as well. Thank you, Christina. They're all here helping our business community to grow. Nothing we achieve would be possible without our dedicated staff at the City of Mississauga, but also at the Region of Peel. And on that note, please joining me in welcoming our Chair of the Region of Peel. Chair Nando Unica is here with us. Nando, I know you're here. Give a wave. I saw him. I think he's at the police board table. And also, our new Peel CAO, Gary Kent, is here with us today, Gary. And there he is. And if we could, somebody you all know, our former CAO of Mississauga, who is a retiring CAO of the region, Janice Baker is here. Janice, please say hello. Thank you, Janice. It really fills me with incredible pride. So many Board of Trade members and business owners are here in the room with us today. Despite a challenging few years, we continue to see increasing business investment and growth right across our city. And this is thanks to your perseverance, your drive, your passion, and of course, a lot of hard work. As we usher in 2023, I'm proud to say that the state of Mississauga remains stronger than ever. Over the past year, we hit a pretty monumental milestone. Are you ready for this? Ready? We are officially home to more than 100,000 businesses and growing. That is an impressive number. We really punch above our weight. We are the 5th fastest growing hub for new investment in the country, despite being the 7th largest city. Like I said, punching above our weight. Isn't that incredible? Mississauga continues to be ranked year over year over year as one of the best places to live and to do business in the country. We are an economic powerhouse for the province and home to the 2nd largest economy in Ontario. We know this doesn't happen by accident and not without a lot of hard work and consistent good decision-making by one and all. From our staff to council and of course to each and every one of you here today. We are grateful to have so many amazing things going on for us. From our highly diverse and highly trained, highly skilled talent pool, to our strategic location on this innovation corridor and our proximity to Pearson International Airport. So whether I'm speaking to the Prime Minister, yeah, we chat sometimes, the Premier, we chat less, ministers, mayors, MPs, MPPs, or international delegations from around the world, I never stop selling Mississauga, never. And we are a unique, world-class destination for businesses looking to locate and looking to scale up. And I know that many of you are doing the same because this is single-handedly the best city to live, to learn, to work, and to invest in the entire country. Am I right? Of course I am. I want to start off by acknowledging that while the room is full, there is one person noticeably missing. I think you know who that is. Earlier this year, we lost our matriarch, the architect of our city, former Mayor Hazel McCallion. She lived a life with purpose, and she built this city in her vision. And as you all know, Hazel would never have missed an opportunity to get out and support our city's business community. If she was still with us, she'd be sitting right here and enjoying her lunch, putting lots of salt on it. That's what she did. Making new friends, and dare I say, providing a little feedback on my speech. That's okay. I'm used to it, don't worry. In honor of Hazel, a life of purpose, a life well lived, we have left an open seat at the head table for her because we know that she's very much still with us here in spirit. Let's hear it for Hazel. And while the city will not be the same without her, together we will forge ahead and look to the future because that's exactly what she would have wanted us to do. As we honor her life and legacy, and as we approach Mississauga's 50th birthday, can you believe it? Next year, Mississauga turns 50 years old. It's our 50th anniversary, and it's clear it's time for Ontario's 3rd largest city to take matters into our own hands. We are no longer a young suburban city. We stand tall. We stand proud. And we are ready to take on the future. A city capable of independence. And this is something Hazel not only recognized needed to happen, but something she helped champion during her time as mayor. And long afterwards, too. Even in her final days, when I asked, what should be next, Hazel? We had many chats in the past few months. She said to me, as I know she said to the Premier, independence. It's time for Mississauga to stand on its own 2 feet. And frankly, I think it's long overdue. Listen, if big cities like London, Ontario, Brantford, Windsor, Kingston, Guelph, Chatham-Kent, I can go on, can all do it, so can we. And frankly, so can Brampton. That's right. If we're going to be prepared to respond to the challenges before us, whether it's affordability, whether it's housing, transit, or providing our business community with the support that they need to grow and to thrive, we need to be right-sized and nimble. We also need to strike a new deal for cities with our provincial and our federal partners. And as chair of Big City Mayors of Ontario, that's something we all advocate for. A role that recognizes our growing role and demands that have been placed on cities to respond to issues that we never had to respond to before, from homelessness to climate change, mental health, addiction, homelessness, I think I said that, but I'll just repeat it, and so much more that cities were never responsible for. And as business owners, an independent Mississauga would make your lives easier. It would reduce confusion over who does what. It would drive efficiencies. It would reduce duplication, especially when it gets to getting shovels in the ground. We'd be more nimble and quicker and more efficient to get your permits out. Think back to COVID. Remember? Our businesses were shuttered, yet our numbers were good. This is the difference. We need to be independent with our own public health department. Mississauga has already gained a reputation in Peel Region as a city that is well-run and efficient. In last year's budget, we identified $3.5 million in savings, and over the past 12 years, that has translated into savings for taxpayers of over $77 million, and that's without impacting services. We do this through lean. We projected that an independent Mississauga would save taxpayers, are you ready? $1 billion over a decade. $1 billion if we stood on our own 2 feet. This is a great start, and I anticipate we will further capitalize on our strong fiscal record as a freestanding city of the future. Let's put the numbers aside for a minute and talk about who we are, our identity, and our pride in our city. And those are the main reasons Mississauga has gained a reputation as an international destination for business, a place where businesses are looking to locate, to scale up, and to thrive. You see it on the faces of small business owners in Streetsville, in Malton, in Port Credit, in Cooksville, in Clarkson, and in downtown Mississauga, and every point in between. And in larger family-owned businesses like Mother Parkers, hope they're here today, who have called Mississauga their home for over 70 years and who continue to innovate and to expand their footprint as they source, as they blend, and as they roast over 11 million cups of coffee each and every year in our city. A city that is quickly transforming and is a hub for jobs and for growth. Did you know we are a net importer of jobs? And with over almost 70,000 workers, they commute into our city to work. Mind you, the rest start and end their day in our city. A city that has not only bounced back from the pandemic, but thrived, gaining over 6,700 new jobs through new investment and through business expansion. A city with endless potential that is driven by innovation and entrepreneurship. A place that welcomes people from across the world with open arms and open hearts. A city that takes pride and gives thanks to the people who build, who run, and who care for our city. A city with a name that is steeped so deeply in our roots that we proudly share with the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, a name that cannot be rebranded or replaced. A city of Peel would put this all in jeopardy. This is what's at stake. I hope you will join me in saying no to any form of amalgamation and a city of Peel if this topic is ever raised. Will you? Please. Because this is who we are. and who we are meant to be. This, as you saw in the film, this is our Mississauga, our city, our home, our future. A city that I'm proud to be mayor of, that our residents and our businesses are proud to call their home. A city that puts the M in MBOT, Trevor, whose name and identity I will fiercely protect. This is our home, and we ain't going anywhere, folks. Not a chance. Together, we've built an identity and a brand that holds some serious weight and is known worldwide as a place where people want to be, where businesses want to lay down their roots. If the first 49 years, remember we're 50 next year, are any indication of what we're capable of, I can say with great confidence that the next chapter in our city's history will be even more transformative. In the next 30 years, Mississauga will grow exponentially, home to more than 1 million people and more than 600,000 jobs. We're a global hub for innovation and talent, a place where entrepreneurs and change makers not only come up with the big issues, but where they commercialize and bring them to the market. Where innovation isn't just an idea or a far-fetched concept, it's a reality. We are already seeing innovation action right here in Mississauga, and we are proud to be home to over 180 R&D and corporate centers of excellence led by our private sector partners, from the National Research Council to the Baylis Medical Innovation Centre, Roche Canada, and so many more. And here at the City of Mississauga, we're also making innovation a mindset mentor. And as the saying goes, it all starts with an idea. With the launch of our first innovation hub, aptly named IDEA, at Square One next month, the City of Mississauga has officially dropped a pin on Canada's innovation corridor. Situated in the heart of the downtown, the hub will connect businesses to top talent in high-demand fields, and that's thanks to Trios College, who is building a talent pipeline to support our key sectors, including technology, supply chain, and logistics. And thanks to the Edge at Sheridan College, which was made possible thanks to a great amount of advocacy from our city and Sheridan and support from our provincial and federal partners, over 400 students have brought their ideas to market, with a key part of their success being their ability to break down barriers for young entrepreneurs and make their programming accessible to diverse communities. Tapping into this talent will be critical for the future success of our city and will build a pipeline of talent to our hub. It will be home to a team of experts ready to mentor and connect talent to opportunity while providing a creative space for entrepreneurs to spark ideas, scale up, and to commercialize. A place where future global leaders like homegrown IMAX and SOTI will get up and running. And while our bricks and mortar building isn't launching until next month, we're already supporting companies like HDAX Therapeutics, a local startup from UTM, whose breakthrough medicines improve the lives of patients undergoing chemotherapy. And the Lean Suite, who thanks to IDEA has been able to scale up and pitch its digital AI tool, which identifies efficiencies right on the manufacturing floor to a broader network of new investors. And these are just two of nearly 1,500 small businesses we've helped support since the hub was announced less than a year ago. And with the ink barely dried and the ribbon not yet cut, we're already planning for what's next. It's not enough to revel in the now. We always need to be one step ahead of the competition, which is why we're looking to expand our footprint to the south by bringing the Lakeview Innovation District, Jack's here with us, and many from the Lakeview group, 1.8 million square feet of opportunity that will create over 9,000 jobs in clean tech, in life sciences, and ICT. We recently launched consultations that will help us shape the Innovation District as an anchor on our innovation corridor and help position Mississauga as a global leader for entrepreneurship and innovation within the region. Tapping into its potential, if we get it right, will help us compete globally amongst the most innovative countries in the world, from Switzerland to Sweden, the UK, and Germany. A country that also sees the potential in our city, Germany, with more than 120 German companies calling Mississauga their home. That's more than any other city in Canada. And this is not only something we can be incredibly proud of, but also poses a significant opportunity for further future investment and expansion right here in Mississauga, which is one of the key reasons why I led an investment mission to Germany last fall, to visit the headquarters of Mississauga-based companies like Eberspacher, Pilz, Karcher, and Drager, to not only thank them for doing business here, but also to explore new opportunities for expansion, for growth in our city. Here at home, I've also made it a priority to strengthen this bond, meeting Mississauga-based companies like Bosch, who are part of our thriving ICT sector and who have called our city home for nearly 50 years, nearly as long as Mississauga's been in existence. During this time, they've grown their Mississauga headquarters from one line of business to 3, developing cutting-edge AI, video, and surveillance technology that is helping their customers run their businesses safer, smarter, and more efficiently. With future expansion plans on the horizon, this is one of the many examples of innovation in action right here in Mississauga. Innovation is also key to helping us grow and diversify our business community, especially across our key sectors. As the second largest employment hub in the GTA that's home to nearly 500,000 jobs, we're quickly outpacing other cities thanks to our competitive edge, which I mentioned earlier, our highly trained, highly skilled, very diverse talent pool. Mississauga will continue to be known as a smart, sustainable city that not only embraces new technology, but develops it. In the last year alone, we grew by 5,800 businesses, the largest increase since the pandemic. The buzz this year, without a doubt, has been in our growing life sciences and IT sectors, with global firms around the world making some pretty significant investments in our city. We've seen a huge surge in global tech companies opening up shop over the last couple of years, including Infosys and HCL Technologies, and they join Cognizant, rounding out the top 3 India-based tech companies that have chosen Mississauga to expand their business. Combined, these investments will create nearly 1,000 new jobs and support hundreds of businesses worldwide as they support the acceleration of digital transformation in a post-pandemic world. We've also seen the growth of Earthos, a female-led, a woman-led clean tech business recently awarded a Forbes 30 Under 30, who are advancing our sustainability agenda by eliminating the use of single-use plastics with their plant-based compostable products. We've seen our tech sector directly support the growth of our life sciences industry with the addition of Millennium IT's North American headquarters in our city. They too will create 100 skilled jobs in AI and business intelligence. We know the key to unlocking true business potential of this sector is to not only build a talent pipeline with our partners at University of Toronto, Mississauga, of course Sheridan College, Trials College, etc., but through programs like UTM have, Pharma Challenges and Opportunities Certificate. They work with leaders in the business community to fill gaps that we know exist, such as the absence of wet lab space. And that's why we couldn't be more thrilled to be opening the first research campus, the core Mississauga, with over 400,000 square feet of best-in-class lab and advanced R&D space, and it will help life sciences organizations flourish not only in the Sheridan Research Park, but across the innovation corridor. It will be a place where scientists not only come up with life-saving treatments, but where they commercialize and develop them into innovative products. This investment could only be outdone by biopharma giants AstraZeneca, who doubled down on Mississauga, injecting an additional $500 million into our city to launch a new rare disease research hub that will create 500 new jobs and expand their R&D footprint globally, right here in Mississauga. All eyes are in Mississauga as an epicenter for jobs and innovation that is not only fueling economic growth across Mississauga, but beyond. And key to unlocking our potential across the corridor will be advancing the growth of the Pearson employment zone. I'm so pleased that Deborah Flint could join me today from GTAA. The second largest employment hub in Canada, home to more than 400,000 jobs, and thousands of businesses in advanced manufacturing, transportation, life sciences, auto, logistics, and so much more. Many of these industries were very hard hit by the pandemic and are still on the road to recovery. Key to enhancing our global competitiveness as a city and a region will be addressing the real challenges facing businesses in the area, from a lack of transit options to low vacancy rates and gridlock that is costing businesses time and money. At the heart of all this is Pearson International Airport, which employs 50,000 people and moves more than $40 billion worth of goods airside each year. Thousands of businesses rely on the success of the airport, which is why we equally invested in their recovery. Thanks to their focus on innovation and support from our federal partners, the airport nearly doubled its passenger count last year, inching closer and closer to their pre-pandemic rates. By putting innovation front and center, Pearson has created more seamless passenger journey, rolling out pre-booking security clearances and exploring the use of biometrics to help travelers move through the airport more quickly. Similarly, they are working to attract new tenants like Bombardier, who share their vision and their commitment to innovation, to work and to fly alongside them on Canada's busiest runways. Investments like these have massive spin-off effects for companies like Cyclone Manufacturing, who provide supply parts for global heavyweights like Boeing and Airbus, and contribute to our growing aerospace sector, the largest in the country. As we work to unlock new opportunities for growth, not only in the Pearson employment zone, but across the region, we must keep sustainability front and center. Mississauga is home to one of the largest transportation and logistics hubs in the GTA, and the demand for clean tech solutions and green energy is growing by the day. The potential to be home to a hydrogen hub truly excites me. I know, I'm kind of weird, but it does. And I can't think of an area in the city better to support it than Pearson Airport, who I know is busy exploring a hub to service their airside vehicles and one day grow to support the neighboring businesses. A hub that could be supported by none other than Cummins, a Fortune 500 company whose footprint has doubled in our city over the past 5 years thanks to their innovative hydrogen fuel cell products. The very products we hope to use in our innovative hydrogen bus pilot with industry partners, a first of its kind in Canada that's only possible with the support of provincial and federal partners. We will continue to press forward to make this a reality. As a city, we're pursuing more aggressive climate change goals And we're looking to fast-track our plans to reach net zero. We're committed to building a city that will be healthy today and resilient for future generations to come. A city that under Council's leadership will chart a path forward to net zero by 2050. A city with parks, green spaces, and clean air for your kids and your grandchildren to enjoy, and future generations too. The science is clear. We need action and innovation, and we need it now. This means working to green our vehicle fleet, which accounts for 75% of our emissions, our single largest source. We have a plan, and with our federal and provincial partners, we are making historic investments in our efforts to transition to a zero emissions fleet. I'm proud to say that by the end of next year, nearly 60% of our MyWay buses will be hybrid electric. But it's not enough to green our fleet. We need to get people out of their cars and onto transit. I know I have ATU here today. I hope they're happy. To do this means making transit cheaper, faster, and a better option. Transit only competes with the car when it can beat the car. And this is one of the many reasons we're launching a pilot to make MyWay free for kids under 12 and $1 a day for all seniors. Hope you like that. And making it easier for people who don't usually take transit to hop on and tap with a credit card. While working with the province to advance fare integration across GO Transit and the 905 and 416 transit agencies, along with piloting e-scooters as first and last mile solutions, we must hold ourselves accountable. I'm proud of the bold actions we are taking as a city to achieve our climate targets. While we focus on innovation and sustainability, it will be key in driving our economy and ensuring the long-term success of our city. We cannot forget the importance of investing in the driving force behind it, our creative industries. Creativity is the driving force that spurs and feeds innovation. It's what keeps our innovation ecosystem thriving and helps us attract new business investment and top talent. We are quickly seeing our downtown, Cooksville, Streetsville, and our waterfront communities become epicenters for performing arts, for galleries, for theater, and for live music, which as a champion for culture, I'd love to see more and more of right across the city. It's no secret Mississauga has made its mark as Studio City North. We are soon to be home to 9 film studios, folks, 9. We are now the second busiest filming location in Ontario, with over 70 productions from The Handmaid's Tale, Good Sam, The Boys, all filming in locations right across our city. So trust me, this is about more firepower and then star power. It's about the nearly 50,000 jobs and $3 million in economic spin-off the film and the television sector contributes to Ontario's economy each and every year, which is why we are naturally seeing secondary industries like On the Move Catering, who have built their business on feeding film crews, along with Cinelease, a leading light and grip rental company who recently chose Mississauga to open their Canadian location. 37,000 square feet of opportunity that is creating jobs and helping support the further growth of our bustling film and television industry. Now, I don't know about you, but Ryan Reynolds, where's his picture? There he is. Hey, Ryan, I think you passed up a pretty good once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to open your studio right here in our beautiful Mississauga. Seriously, Ryan, come on, our front door is always open. Let's call Ryan, come on. I think he's too busy investing in hockey teams or something. We'll get him back, don't worry. In the meantime, we're also busy penning our next song in the album that is Mississauga. With the launch of our first ever music strategy, we will put our pin on the map. Thank you. Put our pin on the map as an internationally recognized incubator for top talent and a national destination for live music. With the launch of our new live music grants, we're getting one step closer to the likes of Nashville and Austin, the music capitals of the world. These grants will invest in local musicians and venues, drive more big-ticket acts to our city, and spotlight incredible homegrown talents like Luna L and Story, while creating jobs, fueling tourism, and drawing people back into our city. A pipeline of fresh, local talent that will only continue to grow thanks to Metalworks' new artist residency program and free music industry boot camp for youth. You should sign up your kids. As we work to grow this $27 billion industry across the province, we continue to call on our business community to join us in getting creative. I'm so glad to see the launch of the Creative City Award, a category proposed by the Mississauga Arts Council. Mike Douglas is here with us today, and supported by MBOT, that recognizes businesses who extend their cultural values outside the office, engaging employees in everything from art installations to live performances and so much more. Because investing in the arts is good business, folks. It's good business. Thank you. So now, while we are filled with great pride about all the incredible things before us, as a growing city in demand, we aren't without our fair share of challenges. Challenges like the cost of living, which is stretching people thin and pushing more and more low-income earners to the brink of homelessness. We have seen a dramatic rise in new clients to the food bank, a surge in demand for supportive housing. That's a mark of shame for us all. We know, please know, that we are all listening and doing whatever is in our power and in our pocketbooks to make a difference. Our housing plan, Growing Mississauga, will help the province not only meet but exceed its goals of building 120,000 new homes right here in Mississauga over the next decade by accelerating our well-laid plans. We're aiming to build in 10 years what we had planned to build in 30. I do not want us, hear me, please, to become a city of mega towers with single-family beds, one bedroom, lining our transit corridors with unlimited heights. We can do better than that, folks, and we have to do better than that. As we grow, we will do it responsibly and intensify, but where it makes sense, and not mega towers along every corridor. Come on. We will, thank you. We will find ways to reimagine our malls, build more family-size units, help seniors downsize, and make it easier for residents looking to renovate or to maximize the footprint of their homes. We can help cut red tape and speed up approvals, but at the end of the day, we can't build housing. Cities can put their foot on the gas, but we need fuel in the tank in order to cross the finish line. The bottom line is that we can't do this alone. And this is why we need everyone to step up, including the building and the development community, and the federal and the provincial governments, to ensure that incentivizing growth isn't done on the backs of cities. We know builders are feeling the same pressures as many of you when it comes to inflation, financing, supply chain issues that are driving up the cost of doing business and making it difficult to recover and to compete. This is a massive undertaking and will only succeed if the province and the federal government joins us as partners by providing the proper funding for infrastructure. Funding for roads, more than $1.2 billion, for transit, fire stations, community centers, parks, And so much more is needed to service these new 120,000 homes, as well as expediting much-needed transit projects like all-day two-way GO train service on the Milton Line, extending bus rapid service on Dundas and on Lakeshore, and the downtown loop of the Hazel-McCallie and LRT, among many other projects. 120,000 homes in 10 years is a very ambitious target, but one I think we can only meet as an independent Mississauga, a city that is right-sized to run efficiently and to develop creative solutions to the unique challenges before us. A city that is in demand, that is about to welcome hundreds of thousands of new residents. We need to do what we have always done in Mississauga: welcome them with open arms, build the houses they need in order to call our city their home. Recognizing these growing pressures, our business community continues to not only step up, but show up for the people of Mississauga. Let me say that through the Mayor's Holiday Food Drive, we raised over $1.9 million. Yeah. Because of all of you. And nearly 650,000 pounds of food, a record high, but it's thanks to you and to the generosity of businesses like Nissan, BDO Canada, and Point Click Care, among so many others, including all of you that are in this room, that we were able to not only meet, but to exceed our goals. MHI Aerospace raised an astounding $40,000 to support the soon-to-be completed Malton Youth Hub, which will provide a safe space for at-risk youth to learn, to play, and to thrive in Mississauga. Yes, let's thank them, MHI. We also saw Musket Transport, Cyclone, and Polymex collect essential aid and supplies to send back to Ukraine, while Rochelle hired over 80 newcomers displaced by Russia's invasion to build and to ship armored vehicles and tanks that are being used on the front lines. That is pretty fantastic work that is happening right here in the great city of Mississauga. Work has already begun to get shovels in the ground to build Canada's largest hospital, thanks to a very large corporate donation from Orlando Corporation, the largest industrial real estate developers in our city, who donated $75 million to Trillium Health Partners, which will help support 2 floors dedicated to mental health. Investments we know are so very much needed. And we're seeing the impact that social enterprises like City Soaps and Cooks Who Feed are having, both right here at home and across the world, with taglines like, "You glow, they grow," and "Aprons that fight hunger." These Mississauga-made businesses have built their businesses on giving back. And these are only a few examples of the generosity we've seen from our city's business community, who, despite their own challenges, continue to do extraordinary things. I could talk all about the great things happening in our city for hours, but I won't do that because I know you all have important places to be and important things to do. All that's to say is that we have a lot of important work ahead of us. And on the eve of our 50th anniversary, our 50th birthday, folks, it's Mississauga's time to shine. If this year was any indication of what we are capable of, it's clear we are ready to stand on our own 2 feet. And you have my word that council and staff will continue to support our business community every step of the way as we work to drive Mississauga forward. As we grow, we will be a city that embraces technology, adapts to change, runs lean and efficiently, and keep sustainability front and center of everything we do. An independent city of the future that is a hub for jobs and talent. A city where innovation isn't just a buzzword, it's happening right in front of your eyes. A beacon of light and hope that is known in every corner of the world. A city that not only welcomes newcomers with open arms, but a city that values their expertise and positions them for success. Mississauga, this is our city. This is our future. It's time to show them what we've got, folks. Thank you.
And with that, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our sponsor, Bell Canada, and Gary Semplonius, Senior Vice President of Sales, Bell Business Markets, to formally thank the Mayor. Gary.
Thank you, Trevor. It's always a great pleasure to hear from Mayor Crombie about her vision for Mississauga and how we can continue to develop and thrive as one of Ontario's most important engines for economic growth. Mayor Crombie, your leadership in building a better community for everyone here in Mississauga comes through in everything you do and has been captured so well in what you've shared with us today. I was particularly struck by your comments around an independent Mississauga. As one of the largest applicants for municipal consent in Mississauga, we would welcome anything that would streamline the municipal consent process so we can deliver services to everybody in this room much, much more efficiently. So we are behind you 100%. Thousands of Bell team members live and work in Mississauga, and the long-term plans that you and the city continue to implement are a key factor in enabling Bell Canada to innovate, recruit, and retain talent and ultimately serve our customers better. Bell is committed to the growth and development of the city of Mississauga. With the launch of 5G Plus services in the area of Mississauga in 2022 and our continued rollout throughout 2023, Bell is offering consumers, businesses, and government services to even faster mobile speeds than ever before. We're committed to bringing the best digital connections and next-generation services to Canadians with customer experience at the center of everything we do, and as we work to advance how Canadians connect with each other and with the world. So with that, Mayor Crombie, I thank you and everyone. I think I speak for everyone here in saying that we look forward to continuing to work with you and the Council to support building a better Mississauga. Thank you very much.